Here we have a new 2026 Hyundai Sonata. This one comes in the SEL Sport trim level, front wheel drive. Serenity white is the paint, and then we do have gray cloth interior. For the powertrain, we get a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine, made it to an 8-speed automatic transmission. As we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with the LED daytime running lights. Love that on the SEL Sport we get that full LED light bar. And it's just a really nice look here. Like all the gloss black, how it matches the wheels, the trim. Speaking of the wheels, as we come around here, these are gonna be 18-inch alloy wheels. Again, great design there. Passive keyless entry on the front. And then to the door panel, there's the handle. One-touch up and down windows for the front, regular power windows in the back. Power window lockout is there. Power door lock controls, power mirrors, blind spot monitors there. Bottle holder, electronic parking brake, trunk release, hood release. There's look the pedals. And then we do get a manual tilt telescoping steering wheel there. And then here's the power driver's seat with two-way power lumbar support. Now I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs here in Franklin, Tennessee for allowing me to review this car today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so we're gonna check out the back seat room sitting behind myself. And space is phenomenal. The seat, I don't know if it's really easy to show you, but it's very long, pretty deep, so I wasn't expecting my legroom to be as good, but I have tons of space for my actual bottom, so my knees are just barely touching the back of the seat. Now, headroom, the hairs on the top of my head are barely touching the roof line there, but I mean, for this kind of vehicle, really good space, honestly. 2 USB-C charge ports are there. There's a look at the front from back here. This middle seat does fold down, bottle holders, and then handle there. Pretty sturdy hook if you wanted to hang a shirt and a pair of pants. And then if you want to use your child locks, put the key in there or something and turn it one way or the other to lock or unlock. Fuel cap. As we come around to the back end, full LED tail lights. They don't dance like that. Again, it's just my camera. There's a look underneath. You can see the exhaust. And then your release for the trunk right there. And I think storage capacity is really good here. First aid kit. This one has a cargo net as well. You pull up here, you do have a spare tire, your jack and all that's down below. And then if you wanted to fold the seat flat for whatever reason, you can pull one of these here. I'm gonna pull this side so we can check that out. Now as we come around to this rear passenger side, once you hit that release, just pull down here. You can run longer objects through to the front. Top tethers for the car seats are behind the seats themselves. And then you have your lower anchors down below there. And then front passenger seat, 6-way manual. Little side pockets here. Glove compartment with the owner's manuals. And then as we come back around to the front, quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 2.5 liter Smart Stream 4-cylinder. Now before we hop in the driver's seat, I'm just gonna show off the blinkers. Let's go ahead and get in. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the infotainment system, we do get AM, FM, XM radio. You get Bluetooth audio, CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility as well. You can go into this phone projection and it'll walk you through doing all of that.
Turn Bluetooth on in
your settings here. You can change your driver assistance if you want to fool with any of those. Again, those settings there, drive modes, convenience, all of that there. So there's a lot you can actually configure if you want to do that. And that's where most of those options would be. But your gauge cluster, you can do a little bit there in terms of what it looks like. If you want to change the color or link it to the drive mode. And then your general settings here, this is where you can change your language. And you can also change your units of measurement right in there. Backup camera, guidelines follow you as you turn the steering wheel. Down here you have shortcuts for the nav, media, set up this custom button if you want, hazards there, and then the volume knob, click there to mute. And you have a track list or radio stations that you can go through by turning this knob, a tune knob, excuse me. But that's pretty much it for the infotainment system in terms of what's important. It's not, it seems like a lot, but it's really not too much. You really just need probably 30% of these icons at any given time. Most of the stuff, like the service maintenance, the online manual, you don't really need to use that, in my opinion. Down here, you get the 3-stage heated seats for the front, AC controls, dual zone automatic, so cut that on or off, AC, sync, and then you can use the auto mode. Here you have 3 different levels for that. Down below here, you have a USB-C charge port on this side. You can do USB connecting directly to the radio there, and then 12-volt wireless charging pad, and then hit this drive mode button, and you just tap that to go through normal, sport, or my drive there. You can hit this camera button, it'll pull up the backup camera on the fly without you having to be in reverse, and this auto hold activates the automatic brake hold, so when you come to a stop, you have to hit the gas pedal to get it going, so you're not having to keep your foot on the brake, excuse me. Bottle holders there, center console cubby space right in there. And there's a look at the back seat from up here. Lights, Blue Link SOS. And there's the vanity mirror. And then back up here, steering wheel, left side stalk, blinkers. When you have the low beams on, you can toggle the regular high beams. And then when you have the automatic lights on, you can toggle the automatic high beams there. Intermittent wipers are on the right stalk, one time off, intermittent low high. You can adjust that intermittent frequency right here and then pull up here for the fluid. Left side of the steering wheel itself, smart cruise, you can turn that on there and adjust the distance right here. You can see where you are at the top part of the gauge cluster. Your lane keeping system, you can turn that on or off there. And then you have the speed you can adjust here, pause and resume. Now these buttons here, this goes through the gauge cluster. If you want to change the sub menus, and then when applicable, you can use this as a scroll bar or hold it down to reset something. Right side of the wheel, custom button. So you can pull that up for the steering wheel and for the radio and have those do 2 different things. Bluetooth is here. This goes to your track list or radio station favorites. And then voice recognition, volume knob here, down, up, click to mute, and then you can go between your audio sources by hitting this mode button. The shifter is right down here, so you can hit the brake, reverse, neutral, drive, park is right there. Now while in drive, you can use the paddle shifters if you want to do that. And that does give you a pretty, keep fat fingering buttons. That does give you a pretty cool driving experience. Wouldn't necessarily consider it as good as, let's say, the inline, but I mean, it's pretty fun to have. Push button starts here. And then finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And then the trunk button is there. But next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Hyundai Sonata SEL Sport out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in the Sonata SEL Sport, the pickup here is actually really good. I said this in the walk around portion, it's not an inline by any means, but having the traditional 8-speed automatic here does make this more of a more fun drive, I guess, when you're able to just throw on the paddle shifters. It just feels more traditional than having a CVT, so I'm glad they didn't do that. Now the normal mode is actually pretty peppy. You don't get a traditional eco mode here, but I like that you're still able to get that 36 miles per gallon highway without having to necessarily utilize that. But the sport mode gives it quite a bit more pep in its step. I'm gonna use the paddle shifters getting on the interstate here. I'm gonna see if I can give it a good pull. Not gonna floor it, but gonna give it something. Here we go. So what's great about this powertrain is it's actually relatively quiet. As you get up in the RPMs, you're not necessarily hearing this thing struggle. It's not getting overly loud. It's just doing its thing. And that's one thing I love about it. I'm gonna put in a normal, see if I can get the lane centering to work for a second. So of course you want to keep your hands on the wheel, but I like to just show how this system works. It's very simple to activate, to get going, to keep going. So it's one of the things I like about it from Kia and Hyundai. It's simple. You can pretty much use it anywhere there are lines. And if you can't use it, it'll let you know. But I want to give a huge thanks to Hyundai of Cool Springs for allowing me to review this Sonata today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, in terms of what you get for the money being that $32K price range, I think it's a solid car. You have a traditional 8-speed automatic, you have a 2.5 4-cylinder that's actually pretty peppy for what it is, and you have all the tech you could need. You have heated seats, you have the lane centering with the adaptive cruise, and ever since these Sonatas got their redesigns, they are just lookers in terms of a 4-door sedan. And I mean, I always like to compare these to the Camrys and the Accords. It's pretty much everyone else has tried to stay away from a traditional 4-door commuter car. But this is it's just a good option, I think, for the money. But the Sonata, in terms of the looks, I think it stomps on Camry and Accord. The new Camry kind of steps it up a bit, but still, I don't think it can touch this Sonata's body style. In terms of when you see one, you're thinking, wow, that is a sleek car. But all in all, final thoughts, great sedan. You have an option to go with a hybrid if you want to do that, but this is just solid if you're worried about having a budget, you don't necessarily want a hybrid powertrain, and you want something that looks really good when you're driving down the road. That's what you get when you're looking at the 2026 Hyundai Sonata SEL Sport.